Happy Sunday, everyone. It's about midday. It's January 23rd, 2011. This is my, is this my 80th YouTube orbit? I think it might be. We've got some kind of high clouds, sunshine, and it's oddly warm today. So one of my subscribers, Daligoddess, Kim, asked about, she wanted to see this painting. Let me see if I can get far enough back so you can get a good view of this. My daughter Laurel did this when she was, I believe it was like maybe her second semester junior year in art class. And the picture itself is based on an incident from art class. This is a self-portrait. That's Laurel, and if you know Laurel, you do know that there are elements in that face that definitely look like her. And this was one of her co-students. I believe this guy's name is Nick Thurston, who has become an actor. And if you IMDb him, you can, he's been in like some Lifetime movies and some theater, but that does actually look like him. So she was in art class, she had her headphones on, and he grabbed a pair of scissors and was play acting and coming at her with the scissors. So this was an incident from art class. That's what this is based on. Now, the toaster in the sky, I have no idea. I guess this was like, remember the old screensaver flying toasters? Perhaps that's what it was. But it's acrylic on canvas, and I do believe I remember her saying that she didn't have the clouds quite right and was going over them and stuff. But I happen to really love the colors in this, and I love the quirky aspect of the subject matter. So Kim, that's for you. You wanted to see that, and there you go. We're on the subject of art and artwork and artists. I'm still stitching up this last print. I haven't gotten very far. I have not actually been feeling very well the past few days, so I've just been kind of getting the minimum done. But hopefully I'll get this done and get them hung so that I can send in the submission for the call for entry for this show. I'm a little apprehensive, probably part of the reason excuse me, that I am having a difficult time with these prints is that historically I have not had good fortune in getting into shows at this gallery other than the Small Works show. They tend to have a lot of entries for very few spaces, and that's kind of difficult. I'm still going to do it. It does cost money for the entry fee, but I love the gallery, so if I was making money, I suppose it would be a tax write-off. So that brings up to mind the whole idea of being an artist who is making a livelihood from their artwork. I'm still learning the ropes. I wasn't trained as an artist. I don't have any art degree, so I'm kind of just like stepping into this a little bit at a time. And not only that, the nature of my artwork is kind of like falls in between, sort of mixed media and photography, and it definitely is its own little niche. So that makes it kind of difficult too. But I wanted to share with you a few books that I have found to be really helpful. My favorite is probably Art and Fear by David Bales and Ted Orland. I can't remember. I was going to talk about these in one video a long time ago, but I think the video got too long, so I cut this part out. But it's okay. I shall read you the back of the book because that always summarizes better than I can. What it says: Art and Fear, an Artist's Survival Guide. What is your art really about? Where is it going? What stands in the way of getting it there? These are the questions that matter, questions that recur at each stage of artistic development, and they are the source for this volume of wonderfully incisive commentary. Art and Fear explores the way art gets made, the reasons it often doesn't get made, the nature of the difficulties that cause so many artists to give up along the way. This is a book about what it feels like to sit in your studio or classroom, at your wheel or keyboard, easel or camera, trying to do the work you need to do. It is about committing your future to your own hands, placing free will above predestination, choice above chance. It is about finding your own work. So this is an excellent book for anybody struggling with either producing their artwork or getting it out there, anything like that. And I do believe I am going to give this a reread. It's not a long book. It's like 120 pages, and it's excellent. And then there's another book by one of the fellows that co-wrote this one called The View from the Studio Door, and it kind of explores the same subject matter as this, but a little bit further down the road and a little bit more in depth. So that's good. This is one I haven't read all the way through, How to Survive and Prosper as an Artist. And it goes into, it makes some interesting points about being an artist and how the art world is actually dependent on artists for this whole industry that surrounds artwork, art critics, museums, galleries, everything else. It is dependent on the artists, but often the artists themselves feel like they're the ones who have to beg. So this kind of addresses that and goes into detail about, you know, how to deal with that art world, with that business and that industry. So that's an interesting one. I just have never, it's a little bit, it's like chock full of so much information, and it has been too much for me to absorb, but that's another one. This year I will read that one. And then of course a lot of people probably know about The Artist's Way, A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity. And I believe I read this one, if not all the way through, pretty much through. And I would say this one could use another going over. I believe there is a workbook that goes with this one. One of the things she suggests is to write by hand 3 pages every day. Whatever comes to your mind, just let it out and get it on paper as an exercise to kind of just get things flowing. So anyway, those are my art book recommendations, and these are just aside from, for me, the regular photography books about specific artists that I go through every once in a while just to sort of inspire me. So that's Sunday, like I said, January 23rd, 2011, my 80th YouTube orbit, I think. I hope you're all doing well, having a nice day today, and we'll talk to you soon.